So Brian, we're here in Cannes. Everyone is talking about retail media. Why is there so much buzz about retail media at the moment?
There is a tremendous amount of excitement about it. I was just talking a few minutes ago. I feel privileged to be at the start of this. And I think it's the growth, number one, where there's a buzz around it because everybody sees how quickly it's grown. It grew, I think, twice as fast as search, 3 times as fast as social. And the category itself is going to be, I think, projected to be $132 billion. So that alone, anybody wants to be attached to something that's growing. And there's a tremendous amount of benefit. It answers a lot of challenges that exist in the marketplace today. The first of which is it allows brands to be able to engage in the discovery process, which is significant. For retailers, it allows them to turn into a media company, which is both a profit generator, but it's also an chance to enhance that consumer experience. For agencies, it allows them to be able to add additional value and to be able to guide or take their clients along this journey. For publishers, it's incremental revenue as well as new experiences. So everybody's benefiting, from this rise. It's not just one particular. It's not just the retailers. It's the entire ecosystem.
So lots of marketeers are saying that relevance is at the core of retail media, that it delivers messages to shoppers which are relevant. They're not interruptive per se. They're supportive of their shopping experience. Do you believe that?
Absolutely. I think, because it's not as if this has been new, meaning commerce media. If I think about a physical store, when you go in a store, you've seen commerce media since the beginning or when I started shopping. I remember being a kid walking through the store and seeing the sampling for cookies. That's how I think I first started eating Oreos, right? The same is true if you got circulars in the mail, if you got promotions, coupons, all those things existed in a physical store. I think the difference is now we're bringing what was in physical to digital. So you see it around sponsored, which makes sense. Because how do I find out? It's not as if when I walk through a store, I see 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 SKUs. In a digital environment, it's much more limited. So I need to be able to understand to see what's available. And it has to be personalized, because that's what we expect and that's what we enjoy.
So marketing and advertising are very much team-based sports. Tell us a bit about your partnership ecosystem, because you have very deep relationships across this ecosystem, which is helping to drive your growth, right?
Sure. Yeah, and I'll talk about that for a second. And when we look at Criteo, our ambition is to build this commerce ecosystem. And there's a few key numbers, I think, that start to surface how large it is and how we participate. The first is how we have over 200 retailers where we act as the ad stack for them, which enables them to become media companies. That's incredibly important because that's the supply side of it. We have 1,800 brands and every holdco, independent agency who are coming in spending over $1 billion in that environment. In total, Criteo is well over $3 billion, closer to $4 billion in overall spend. And that's agencies, brands, and retailers. So those partners are incredibly important. It's also important to deal with others. So whether it be the data clean rooms, whether it be the cloud architecture, whether it be measurement providers, all the things that you would think to be able to bring this to light is important. But it's also important for publishers. So we recently launched something we call Commerce Grid, which is our SSP. And that's exciting because it allows a new way for publishers to participate in commerce media, which is incredibly exciting. So in many ways, Criteo is the plumbing that allows the transactions to take place. And it does so in a way that's valuable because the holy grail for commerce media, why brands and agencies love it so much, is the ability to have closed loop reporting, to see exactly how your ad dollars are working. And our platform, the more channels, the more media, the more retailers that we can visualize that, is just better for brands and agencies as well.
So what are you doing to drive demand for the category, to bring new clients and customers into this ecosystem?
Sure. There's 3 things we've done. One is education. So we launched something called Retail Media University last year, where we've got over 9,000 certifications out in the marketplace. And that's just to say, okay, what do I need to know? And that's ongoing in terms of an education process. The second is to think about how do we make it easy for this business to transact. We have our DSP, which we call Commerce Max, which allows brands and agencies to buy across those 200 retailers, but to do so for sponsored ads, for display, for offsite. And that's significant because everybody's under a challenge in terms of efficiencies with their business. So to make it easier for them to buy, I think is incredibly important. One of the big things about launching Commerce Grid as the SSP is not everybody wants to use our DSP, so they don't want to use our pipe. They may be comfortable with another. So to give the ability for them to target commerce audiences against our 1,800 publishing partners is incredibly important. So when I think about the category, it's easy to say it'll be 132 billion. But to make that a reality is really what our ambition is. How do we pave the way for money to flow into the category? That's everything that we're doing each and every day.
So finally, let's talk a bit about the future. How do you see this space evolving during the next couple of years? What are you anticipating and planning for?
It really is a cool space. I think you get, in a business career, you get moments in time, and sometimes you don't realize them, sometimes you miss them. For us, if I think about a wave, commerce media is this massive wave that's coming into this ecosystem. And when I think about what the future holds, you're going to see more retailers, more channels, more brands, more geographies begin to light up to be able to achieve what is that ambition of $132 billion. And our ambition, or our hope at Criteo, is to be the platform that enables all of it. And I'm cognizant of it. We have the moment. The moment is here. We just have to take advantage of it.